Do it on the web with the power of the Pentium 3 Pro.
Parenting. The next big thing from the McKinneys.
Light Show, only on YouTube.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining. I know I've been gone a couple days. I guess if you haven't watched the last video, my family here in the house expanded by one. So we have a new little kiddo in the house. It's a baby girl and everything went perfect. Everything came out exactly as we hoped. 2 arms, 2 legs, 3 eyes. So we're happy, everyone's healthy, and it's just been a learning process. It's a new challenge. Late nights, early mornings, sleeping in the middle of the day, sleeping in the middle of the night. You know, everyone's adjusting still, and it was nice to take a couple days off from shooting any videos, but I'm stoked to be out here again. And I've got a video for you guys, and we're doing something that I didn't really mention to you prior, but it's something that we need to get done because the 2.5 is basically done, besides the tuning and everything like that. We're still working on the tuning. I'm driving the car. I noticed that while driving, turning the wheel to the right every certain rotation gets really hard to turn in the same spot, almost like you lose power steering. You might be asking, is there something wrong with the power steering pump? Is there something wrong with the fluid that's in it? And no, that's not it. So when I was taking the engine out, I obviously took it out from the bottom like you guys know, and I thought I disconnected everything, and I did, but I didn't loosen the bolt on the steering column enough. So it did get a little hung up. I didn't show it in the video because I was just troubleshooting, but it did bend the steering column a little bit, and a while back I went and I took it all out, and tried to bend it back as best as I could, and it's just not good enough. So I went ahead and got a new steering column, and this is going to be what we're installing today. It is a bare unit. It was really cheap online, so I'm not super mad that I have to do this. I figured this might be an interesting video for you guys if you've never done it before, and we're all gonna learn something new today. I've already taken this in and out of the car like 3 times, and I'm pretty confident on doing this. So what we're gonna have to do is take it out, and then we're going to have to put our steering wheel on. We're gonna have to load all of our accessories. Once that's all on, we can throw it back in, and should be a lot easier to drive. I'll show you the differences once I get the other one out. It's really hard to see. Your steering column goes from the firewall right down there, kind of below the brake booster here, down into your steering rack below. And what we're gonna have to do is jack up the car, get this wheel off, and then we should undo the bolt and get the bolts from under the dash out, and then we can replace everything. So I'm pretty excited. Should be fun. A little project to do after being away for a little bit. Happy to be back, happy to be shooting. So, as I always say, I'm gonna put you guys down, start the music, and let's get to work. Alright, and here is our steering wheel with the steering column all still attached. I did a little bit of a different way to get this out. I removed the little joint from the bottom of the actual power steering rack itself. This is the part right here that goes into the shaft and aligns it. So I took this off. It was a little bit easier to slide this out than the smaller one. So took that bolt out and then through the firewall right back there. It's hard to see, but there's a large-ish hole. You can kind of see that little spot right in the middle that's moving. That's the inside of the engine bay. There's the rubber bit right there. And the way, it's hard to see for one, but it's gonna be especially tough on camera to see, but you can kind of see right there, it's a little bowed. And that's the part that got a little bent. It was more bent than that. It's pretty straight this way, pretty straight that way, but yeah, so right there is bowed. And that was what was causing a little bit of binding issue on turning, and it was really frustrating, especially if I'm gonna take this to autocross or track days. For one, it's not super safe if you're using more power like through a turn, like more arm strength. You could end up overturning or moving the steering wheel too hard on the exit of a turn or entry. So small little adjustment. I mean, it's crazy how much of a difference this makes. I mean, make sure your steering shafts are perfectly straight or you will end up like me and be replacing it. My main issue at the moment is so all of this stuff right here can be removed, but this piece right here looks like it's riveted on. I don't know if I want to drill those out and try to re-rivet them or what, but I don't think I can really disconnect it from anywhere else. Like, I think you can pop these out, but I'm not positive, so I'll have to do a little research there. But you can see this one, it's just bare, and luckily it is straight. So this is the one we will be using. It's actually pretty nice condition. I don't know what year or anything it is, but if I don't have to remove this whole upper section, I'm not going to, so I'm gonna see if I can just pop those out and go from there. So quick update here. I didn't shoot this because I wasn't positive if it was gonna work or not, but I got the ignition and the other little sensor out of this little bracket right here. So now I have to figure out a way to attach it to the other side here, which if I had a welder, I'd probably just weld it on through the little holes, but I don't have that, obviously. And I'm wondering if I can't just find a way to drill into these little things right here and thread something in. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm gonna be crazy if these are threaded. I don't think they are, but see if I can get these out and then jump back in. And luckily, looks like these do thread out. So I guess theoretically I could have just put a Dremel into the head to make like a little slot. So all I have to do now is if I go here, as you can see it is threaded. So now what I'm wondering is if I have a bolt that will actually thread into here. There's one. So I got one bolt that'll thread in. With any luck, I've got a matching one in here somewhere. Always, always save your bolts. You never know when they might come in handy. Actually, these ones are nice because they're flat. Shout out IKEA. IKEA hardware, spare IKEA hardware fits in there perfectly. So now we can reattach our steering, and they're like actually crazily enough like the exact same size. So this is honestly super lucky, and it's made my life much easier. And so I'm going to take these guys, bolt them in to the new steering column, and get going. Honestly super stoked about this. IKEA hardware from IKEA furniture store on the Miata. It's an interesting little Easter egg, I guess, now with the car. So this is on there perfectly, it's aligned and everything. And next steps, the big part is starting to take things like the steering wheel off, clock spring, and transferring it over to here. This is gonna be a little hard because I probably should have taken the steering wheel off first, but I've got the vise and this one's kind of junk anyway, so if I get it trashed up, it's not a big deal. So I'm gonna just start getting all this stuff off and get back to you guys. Assembled steering column from the steering wheel. It's only on like part ways because I wanted to make sure I had the clock spring aligned, because it's hard to tell its alignment if there's no steering wheel on it. I mean, the cables go towards the bottom, but I just wanted extra sense that it was straight and everything goes down. Granted, the steering wheel is probably not going to be perfect because I have to align this little notch here at the bottom. U-joints here. We can make sure everything is where it should be, and that's what we're gonna do next. And I'm gonna throw it in the car. So you've already seen me disassemble it, and I'm not gonna show you reassembly because you saw disassembly. So I'm going to check back in once I'm at a little break to update you guys, and go from there. All right, so it turns out having a kid makes your simple projects take 3 times as long. This is the 3rd day I've been working on this, and it's, you know, it's not a big deal. I wasn't planning on trying to knock this out all in one day anyways. This is a pretty easy process if you were to do this at home, and it's pretty much done. So let me show you what I've done as far as getting this prepared to align. So steering wheel is on. It's loosely on there, like I can pull it on and off, and it is centered straight. All the plastics are back in, which is good, looks great. And as you can see, well, you couldn't see before, but so when I was turning originally, when you get right here, it would tighten up and then let go. So it'd like be tight, 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 and then be normal. Now it's fluid, smooth, so fixed it perfectly. This is exactly what I was hoping for, and I was hoping that would be the fix. So, and also down here, right under here is our steering column all back in, and it should be aligned properly. I marked everything, like on this one right here. You can see when I was taking it out, I did put a little mark right here. I put a little arrow pointing down, so direct center of this goes directly in the center of the little U-joint or slip joint. So this is the old one, and the new one should be good. I'm gonna toss this one and not worry about steering issues ever again. So what I have to do now is I don't want to start the car, because I did this before when I did the Cypher wheel, and I put the airbag back in and all that, and it was just really annoying to get it aligned. Had to take it off, take the battery off, do it over and over. It was annoying. So what I'm gonna do is put it on the ground, and I'm gonna roll the car back and forth a few times just to make sure it's straight. Should be good. It looks eyeball good. And once everything's back together, take it for a little drive, make sure it's all good there, and should be a finished, completed, and successful little project here. So as you can probably tell, my steering wheel is slightly crooked, so I gotta go fix that now. All right, so back home, got the steering wheel back off and straightened out. So I just moved it 1 tick to the left. It should be good. This car feels absolutely awesome. I'm super happy with the way it's been turning out, and it's just great. The engine is awesome. So what I'm going to be doing is continue to drive it. I did the little trip I did today was about 40 miles. I'm getting closer to getting the clutch fully broke in, which is good, because then we can start doing data logs and things like that and getting tune revisions. And since I'm on leave from work and everything, times like this when the baby is down, I can go out and drive just a little bit, which is fun. So making time where I can to continue projects. It's nice, it's challenging, it's a new schedule, But I'm sure any of you guys that have kids, I'm sure you know kind of how that works. You just take what you can get and you finish your projects when you have time. And it's not really a big deal because at the end of the day, I mean, you get to spend time with your kid and it's all exciting. So it's really not a big deal. I still love doing this stuff. I'm going to keep working to make videos every single weekend because that's what I also love doing as well. So keep on the lookout for that. I'm sorry I missed today's video, Wednesday. Yeah, I think it's Wednesday. I'm sorry I missed Wednesday's video. Didn't really have anything lined up for that, and I decided to keep working on this. So this is Saturday, so happy Saturday. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend so far. So I'm going to keep working on this car, fine-tuning it. I will obviously update you guys as we go along, so expect maybe a few vlogs here and there. I want to keep pumping out videos every Saturday, so expect maybe a couple vlogs of data logging and things like that, and just join me on the journey of getting this 2.5 NC Miata tuned. Good to go. It is awesome so far. It feels like a totally different car. Just getting on it 50%, 75%, you feel that torque and it just picks up, it just pulls you, you keep going. It feels like a totally different car. I'm super excited for that. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, be sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up, leave your comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.